Governor Malloy was on the road today getting a first-hand look at some of the hardest hit communities.
Put in a lot of miles. Many of those spots have been ravaged by storm surge, while others are dealing with those massive power outages. News 8's Chief Capitol correspondent Mark Davis was with the governor earlier today. He joins us live tonight from the State Emergency Operations Center in Hartford. Mark?
Hi, Ann and Keith. Good evening, everyone, from the Emergency Operations Center at the State Armory in Hartford, where the governor concluded his latest news briefing to reporters and to the public at about 4 p.m. That was carried live here on News 8. And the big news that came out of it is that Metro North service will be restored tomorrow on a limited basis from Stamford to Grand Central Station. They're saying all of the trains that normally originate in Stamford will be running. That's about 50% of normal service on Metro North tomorrow from Stamford to Grand Central Station. They're hoping to open the line to New Haven on Friday, but that's still just a hope, not for sure. The other big thing is there's still about 450,000 people without power, and everywhere you go, people are asking, when is it going to be on? And the governor said here just a short time ago, he urged patience.
The utility companies have said they'll give us estimates on when everyone will have their power back by tomorrow. They'll give us the estimates by tomorrow morning. Let's wait and see what they say, and then please know that I'll do my best to hold them accountable to the people of Connecticut.
Now, earlier today, the governor toured hard-hit southeastern Connecticut. At the historic borough of Stonington, where sailors and residents have withstood hurricanes for more than 200 years, the evidence of the 80-plus mile-per-hour wind gusts is everywhere, and the old town also faced an enormous storm surge. Everyone was evacuated. Now, 95% of town is still without power. If you're familiar with Stonington Borough, this is the old town here. The historic district goes all the way down to the lighthouse there on the point and the beach. This entire section was under 2 to 3 feet of water. First Selectman says the water line was right up to here. They were completely isolated. The town dock area was washed away. The ground here is covered with sand and rock that was washed down the mile or so from the beach on the point. The First Selectman says they desperately need help from CL&P to identify downed wires so they can get emergency vehicles through.
We have 36 different critical incidents, so we have no passage on those roads. I mean, so if an ambulance or something, I mean, you're talking minutes and lives.
This was, more of a traditional hurricane type thing. We knew that folks out here also were used to it a little bit more.
Nearby New London fared much better. Boats were knocked around, and the marina here has a lot of work to do. But the only casualty appears to be the Osprey Beach Club, which has stood here since 1939. The current owner, who bought it in the 1970s, says he watched it crash away.
And this never went down, and all the hurricanes I went through, Irene and everything, never went down. But the force of the this buttered wall and everything else, you could just see, it went like this, and it snapped. And the concrete was like floating like cork in the water.
Now, the First Selectman in Stonington told us that he heard from the president of CL&P, and they promised to send more resources to Stonington to try to clear some of those roads that are still encumbered by wires. Also, this just in, if you're in the United Illuminating Service area and have no power and are watching us on your portable device, we've just heard from them. They will be here. Jim Torgerson, the CEO of United Illuminating, will be here at 8:30 a.m. to deliver on his promise that he would have some sort of projection as to when 95% service would be restored to United Illuminating customers. We have not yet heard from Connecticut Light and Power. We expect them to do so always, as well. Live from the Emergency Management Center at the State Armory in Hartford, Mark Davis, News 8.